how's your week been going? How's everything
It's
so
cool. It's cool. I had a show last Thursday with Remo and Secret Genius at their poppin'. They have a poppin' ass comedy night Thursdays at the Spot in Atlanta. So it's all flash shows. I don't know the exact address, but I think it's like 4975. But you can Google it. It's like the Spot off flash shows. It's a major place. And also I have another show today. That's why I told you let's do the podcast early. I don't know the name of it, but I'll post it. But I gotta go to Atlanta today. So I like being out here, but I miss doing a podcast with Precious. She's been having co-hosts, and I hate seeing people on my show, co-hosting my show. And usually we pre-record, but we just didn't have a chance because she was busy, I was busy. So now I just have to sit back and watch them do my show on my set. But other than that, everything is good with me. So I had a cool week.
Well, they've been holding it down for you, as co-hosts. Of course, they're not going to make up for your loss. We need you back pretty soon, but they've been holding it down for you.
No, I've been just watching like, oh, I miss everybody. I want to be there so bad. Like, I want to chime in on shit they talking about, and I'm not even there. I'm like, I can't even talk. I'm not even there.
I think every day when there's calls, everyone kind of secretly expects you to call and just kind of pop in and say what's up.
I called one time, but I just didn't want to take away from the callers that really want to, ask us questions and call in, because they're going to take my call first, of course. So I didn't want to do that to everybody. So, but I did call in one time, but I will be back next week. I have a show Juneteenth. So I'm going to try to get there early. So maybe we can go live, and then I'll just go straight to my show. So she has a show with me. So hopefully we can record early and then go to the show. So I'm going to tell her, like, that's what we're going to try to do.
So normally how I start this off is I introduce myself, let you know I'm Soiree Mayo. This is the Pay It Forward show, and it's a conversation-based interview. So feel free to do whatever you please. Smoke, drink, cuss, doesn't matter. So I see you already pre-gaming. That's good. Whatever you feel comes to mind, the more the merrier. The information that people give on the show is very valuable to future and upcoming entrepreneurs. So even if you feel that it's irrelevant, it may be relevant to them. So please, the more the merrier. And normally the first question I ask pertains to certifications, if you have any schooling for your current career. But to be honest, I want to ask a personal question as my first question, because it seems like everybody is jumping to Atlanta. So is it really cracking like that out there?
I think it depends on what you're going for.
Everyone is in the entertainment industry. So, usually with music and...
Well, of course, it's good for the entertainment industry. But what I really think everybody is flocking to Atlanta for, and they don't realize it, is because Atlanta has really become Black. And I think that Black people are searching for identity and to be around their people. And, it's really comforting when you go into hotels and gas stations and food places, and everybody is Black, like everybody. Like you feel at home in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you don't feel too Black when you walk in somewhere because it's niggas everywhere.
That's gotta be a good feeling.
I think that's more what it is. And subconsciously, we're probably not even thinking that. We're just thinking, oh, Atlanta, because Atlanta is definitely not cheaper. You know what I'm saying? The price is going up. It's damn near like LA. You could buy $1 million home in the middle of nowhere. This shit is really crazy. The traffic is off the fucking chain. And you know what I'm saying? But there's always something to do. And in there being something to do, it's always Black. So it's events, it's clubs, you go to the W, it's niggas everywhere. You go to I don't know how I'm gonna cut that off. You go anywhere you go is Black people everywhere.
That's dope. I gotta experience.
Let me tell her I'm on this Zoom call so she don't. Okay.
So now back to my entrepreneur's question. The first one I have to ask is, do you have any certifications or proper schooling for your current career?
No, but I mean, I guess I don't know if I should say no or yes, but when I did start, I did a comedy show, and my first comedy show, I met a veteran comedian named David Arnold, and he has a class called The Art of Stand-Up, and I was in his class, and this dog is getting on my nerves. He just decided to come in here and just make all kind of noise. But anyway, so I hope y'all don't hear it. It's driving me crazy. He just keep licking his little paw, and it's driving me crazy. But anyway, so I went to his class, and he did teach me how to think deeper with my writing, which did help with comedy, because it's kind of like your first thought, that's everybody's first thought. So like we would do exercises like, but when Barack was first becoming president or whatever. So he would say, what do you expect to have Barack to have in the White House? And everybody was like pressing cones and, and see, you don't want to say the first thing that everybody thinks about. Then he was like, okay, dig deeper, because that's the type of comedy that that everybody is doing. You don't want to sound like everybody. So your first thought is what everybody's doing. So dig into your second thought, your third thought. You know what I mean? So then we start thinking, and then we were like, he gonna have the Secret Service shoot sideways or something like that. Like that's more funnier than the first thought. You know what I mean? So it taught me, not to take my first thought and to dig deeper with the writing to make it more funnier, to make it, more outlandish, or that's how you get your beats or whatever. So shout out to David Arnold, so he did. But I mean, I didn't get no certificate. So David, where my fucking certificate? I didn't get no certificate.
No, but actually that's the best answer. I mean, everyone always feels like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, but really school isn't 100% needed. And that's one thing that I really want to encourage people to understand is that, yeah, you may be in school for one thing, but 9 times out of 10, I mean, my managers, they usually go to school for one thing, end up working in a shoe store, McDonald's or something. I've never had anybody who in my life at least actually use their certificates for what they're actually doing. So I mean,
oh yeah.
the fact that
unless you graduate school with like a nurse's license, an attorney license, something like that. Like unless you leave school with a name, then you're really just going to be out here competing with the rest of the world for jobs, and you never know where that's going to lead you. So I mean, that's facts. A lot of people don't, go ahead with what they went to school for. So
exactly. So yeah, I mean, I really want people to understand that you can still make it without schooling. I mean,
I went to hella some college. I went to some college you could think of, please, and I had every job you could think of, and none of them worked out for comedy. So I mean, and another thing that I want to tell people is that what's for you is for you. Like I was just having a conversation with my uncle. He want to drive trucks, right? He gonna be mad at me. I'm telling the story. Every time this nigga get in the truck, it break down, it accident, his bag go out, nigga fall asleep behind the wheel. You don't need to be behind the trucks, and God trying to tell you this is not for you. I said, like for real, it's not for you. If it was for you, it would be so much easier. Like when I did comedy, I did one show, then I met David, then I took his class, then I did another show, and then people were like calling me like I was really a comedian, like, Kamira, can you do my show? And I was like, I felt so weird because it was just like, wait, I'm not a real comedian, I'm just trying. But then it's like, after your 6th show, people were telling me, stop saying that. Yes, you are. That you're winning at this shit. Yes, you are. So what's for you will just manifest itself. You know what I mean? Like, of course you have to help it. You have to be there and always stay prepared for the next challenge God gives you. But what's for you, it will be easy. What's for you will come naturally, just like in relationships and everything. Your friendships, you got them hard friendships with people, and then you got some shit that's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like you got some bitches you dating, it's like, and you got some bitches like this shit just easy. Like we just, like that's for you. You know what I mean? So
now, what was your exact spark or motivation to get into comedy? Because it takes a big pair of cojones to get on stage in front of everybody and just talk. So like, what was that exact spark to let you know, like, yo, this is me?
I wish it didn't take so long. It was kind of like, it was something that I wanted to do, and I kept getting older, and I was like, when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? When you gonna try it? And I didn't want to leave my daughter at home a lot because I had a daughter, so I didn't really start until she could stay home by herself. Because comedy is at night, and until she wasn't scared to stay home by herself, because that wasn't fair. And then shipping her around everywhere, that wasn't the deal either. So, like right when she got about 14, she was like, I don't care if you gone, so I would, go to midnight mics, try it, set my foot out or whatever. But it was really just everybody telling me, Kamira, you are so funny, you should be a comedian. And I heard that shit like a million times. And it's not like you're so funny, period. Everybody would be like, you're so funny, you should be a comedian. Like the stories you tell, we'll be at work and I have an argument with my boyfriend. I come in, had a whole office room. Like, then he said, and I was like, you dummy. Like, and then like, so they would just be like, come here, oh my God. Like, and then I would have like callbacks in the middle of stuff. Like, like I would be like, oh, barbecuing ass nigga. Like, so shit, like when it would be like the next day. And then everybody would just start rolling. So it was just like, people just telling me that. And then when I got on stage and I tried it, I had 3 jokes. I remember I had 3 jokes. And I was so scared that I put my mom in one of the jokes, right? Because I said, ain't nobody gonna boo nobody mama. And I made her come, right? So one of the jokes was everybody hate their baby daddy, but I love my baby daddy. My baby daddy is always there for me. I was like, matter of fact, he here support. I said, matter of fact, my baby daddy here right now support my comedy. And I said, mama, stand up. So then my mama stood up, right? So so because I was just like scared. So that was like my first joke. So everybody just started laughing and she started waving because she's silly or whatever. So I got into some, but I had like 3 and then I ran off the stage and it worked. It worked and people laughed and I couldn't believe it. It was the first time I ever went up there and it was 3 silly ass jokes that I wrote for like 2 weeks. I tried to figure out what I was gonna say. No, but yeah, and that's what happened. So it's been a blessing. It's been a journey and it's been a blessing. So
when it's meant for you, it's just right. And I mean, to go back to what you were saying before about the whole timing of it, I feel like maybe it was the perfect timing. Maybe you wouldn't have had those jokes that really stick to your bones way back then, So maybe it all happened in perfect timing.
Yeah, and I probably couldn't have handled the fame. I think I could take it in stride now, but not when I was younger. I probably would have been around here crazy as hell. I was bad. I was already bad. So fame on top of being bad, that's not a good mixture.
Were there any self changes that you had to make personally?
I have a bad memory. Like, I'm serious. Like, when it comes to people, names, what the fuck I had on this week. That's why I make sure I put my clothes. I make sure I can't hang my shit over the fucking rail because I'll be like, did I put that on or did I just try that on? I have to put my shit in the dirty clothes. I'll fucking wear 2 outfits in 1 week, goddamn it, because my memory is bad, and it's probably because of the weed. And I probably need to stop smoking. I remember my dad said, how the fuck you gonna be a comedian? You smoke weed. Mind your business, daddy. Mind your business. So, but sometimes that's my biggest thing that I hate is that I would go on stage and I would forget certain things that just would have probably made the room explode even more. And I'd be so mad at myself. And I'll practice and I'll still forget. But that's what stand-up is. You have to go and do it 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 until that shit is like, until somebody and it's so deep because you can have a show and somebody is about to, like, what if somebody passed away and you have a show? 30,000 people. That's why you have to do it and do it and do it. So you can even do it sad. You can do it sad. You can do it mad, heartbroken. You got to do it. You know what I mean? So it's deep. It's deep because being funny, shit ain't funny all the time. That's another thing. Shit ain't funny all the time. So you have to adjust yourself to be able to push through, you know, them times. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I hate dating and being in relationships. Cause like, nigga, I'm supposed to, being happy is my job. If you come in here fucking my happiness up, you fucking with my bag. Like, now I don't even want to go tell these jokes. I'm up there all dry, like, yeah.
That was real deep though. I never heard anybody put anything like that to where you have to be able to do it to where you could do it even sad. I mean, it makes you kind of think like, do I love it that much? Like I may be doing this and getting that like type of fans or money or whatever, but can I do it when my relative just passed? Like, can I do it if it the Jordan flu game? I love to equate things to that. Like, can I do it while sick? I can't even breathe right now. Can I still make you laugh? Like, if you love it that much, then it's definitely for you.
And it's not even that. It's the fact that once you get to a certain level, like Kevin Hart can't cancel.
You expect it.
You know what I'm saying? He can't cancel Madison Square Garden because maybe his pops passed away. He might have canceled one show.
Shit, you better just add the million to keep it going.
Yeah, you got so many people, and I'm saying, like, right now at the level I am, I could cancel a show if my mom's died or something like that. But then you never know. I could be about to go on and it happens. And somebody called people. I remember the first show, my first out of town show, J. Anthony Brown flew us to Texas. And while I was I'm taking off, and my friend texted me, like, one of my best friends passed away. Like, literally, he was in the air. And I was like, and I couldn't read no more because the phone, the phone went dead because we were taking off or whatever. And I remember her sister calling me at like 5 a.m. and I was like, what do Sean want at 5 a.m? And I said, she got to be calling me by mistake because Sean don't even call me. I didn't think emergency because we're young. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think that was going to happen. And then when my best friend Kiki called me at like 8 a.m, I said, oh shit. So when I answered, she was like, girl, Shalonda passed away last night. And I was like, what? And then I'm crying all the way to Texas the whole time, like even after my show, me and Precious shared a room. And I said, okay, I made it through. I said, but I'm finna cry myself to sleep. She was like, okay, I cried myself to sleep after that show. Like I was only good for the show. And then I had to go, and I was on my way there. It's not like I could stop that moment, like that, it really happened. I was on my way there. I couldn't stop it. But of course you can, but on bigger levels, hell no, you gotta push through. You have to push through because there's so much money and so many other people depending on you. So
that's super.
Yeah, that was deep. That was deep. This is how I know Spirit ghetto, because we was on Spirit and they gave me buzz balls. They see me crying. The little stewardess was like, bitch, you okay? You need some buzz balls. She gave me buzz. I said, is there a liquor store back in this motherfucker? What the fuck does Spirit got going on? They had the green buzz balls, the apple, the red. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't even got seatbelts, so y'all got buzz balls in this motherfucker? Like, okay.
You're gonna be lit if you're gonna go down. So would you be able to pinpoint the biggest sacrifice you had to make for your craft?
Being vulnerable, telling people my business. Like, one thing about comedy, like I said, you want to sound different. You don't want to sound like everybody else. You don't want to talk about the same things. Like we all touch on certain stuff. Like when Trump was in office, everybody called him stupid. Everybody touches on events and current things that are going on and make jokes about it. But the long lasting comedy is you. You know what I'm saying? Your audience want to know who you are. Like most of the people that we love, we feel like we could smoke with, we could kick it with. Like people love Snoop because we feel like we can invite him to a backyard party and this nigga is gonna fit right in. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we not the only ones that think that. The Spanish people think that. Everybody think, hey, like Snoop. So this is why he's like one of the most famous people ever. Like everybody loves Snoop. So it's just like, you have to be vulnerable enough to show who you are so that people can love who you are. Once people love who you are, you know what I'm saying? You got them. You know what I mean? It's just like when you love family, like even if they get on your nerves, you still got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Kanye was getting on our nerves, but we still bought that album because we fuck with him. We love him. We like, he fucking up right now. He's sounding crazy, but this hard nigga, and I'm finna buy this album. Damn it, Jesus is King. I'm buying this one, and I'm buying Donda. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's how it is when you get these fans and they love you and you tell your truth. That's why Kanye tells his truth. Like, we feel him on so many different levels, and we disagree on so many different levels, but he giving us the true himself. So that's what I think, you know, being intimate about my daughter. My daughter has a handicap. You know, I talked about it on stage. One of her legs is longer than the other one. I talk about it. Going through things with my baby's father, life, being a big girl, just everything that life throws at me, dating, whatever it is, I talk about it. My father passing away, you know, I talked about it on stage. Taking care of him and how hard it was. How I wanted to mix his medicine up. Because I was tired. I used to call the doctor like, you said 6 months. It's 9 now. This nigga finna kill me. He finna kill me. Because he's driving me crazy. So, but in all actuality, of course, and you know what else is a big sacrifice? When I say things like, just like what I said right now, people really take it to heart. It's like sometimes people judge you on your comedy instead of judging you as a person. Like, these are jokes. You know what I mean? Like, these are jokes. Yes, and especially men. Like, oh, that's how you feel. These are jokes, sir. Like, I will make fun of this. These are jokes. Like, I like you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard, because even my mom, she's like, why you talk about your baby like that? Or why you talk about me like that, girl? Everybody talk about everybody. Kevin talk about his kids, his wife. Like, y'all all gonna get it. And then when I get rich, shut up. Y'all all gonna get it. Everybody getting it. So that's just how it is. So they get mad, but whatever. They spend my money. So they don't have a problem spending that money. So whatever.
I mean, and at the end of the day, the most memorable jokes, at least in my point of view, are the personal ones. I mean, like you said with Kevin Hart, him talking about his uncle going to school, or actually, I can't remember
his dad. All right. The drunk, yeah.
That, I mean, it's those personal jokes that let people, like, you know, really hold on to you, like you said. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
And think about how many people had fathers that maybe were alcoholics, and they might have been mad at their dad, and then that just sometimes when Kevin did that, said it probably made a lot of people just accept their parents for who they was and see the good in them, because nobody is perfect and parenting is hard and they don't come with a book. And you know, some people are, you know, meant to parent, you know, could write a parenting guide, and some people was like, shit, I don't know, because I didn't know I had her young. I thought I was just gonna dress her up and shit. When I realized I had to keep this bitch breathing, I got scared. I was like, mama, wait a minute. Wait, if she dies, it's my fault. Like, this shit is serious. Wait a minute. Like, I gotta making sure she not cold, hot. Like, this is a lot of stress. Can I move home now? This is why I need to move home, because I need you to parent me while I'm parenting her, just in case I mess up. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a lot. It's a lot. So I just want everybody, that's a message I could give. Everybody just need to forget their parents, no matter what. They tried their best. Even if their best wasn't good enough. They, you know, that's all they had. And, you know, you'll see one time when you become a parent, like, you'll give these kids everything, they still got a problem. So
and that's the trickiest part about being a parent, is that you start to realize that our parents are us and our friends. It's like, yo, like, I know somebody who's just like my mom, and honestly, I wouldn't have fucked with my mom if I grew up with her. So,
oh my God, hilarious.
It's just like, you start to realize that, and then, I don't know, start to see yourself through your kid. It's just, I just had my youngest graduate to the first grade yesterday, actually. It's trippy just watching them, you know, slowly, because I got a 10-year-old as well, so I'm getting both dynamics. Still keeping one young while having another one damn near a preteen now. So it's like, it's real trippy. But I mean, you do start to realize, like, yo, I was a fuck up. I'm sorry, mama. You know what I'm
saying? Right. Oh my God, right. You be like, ooh, because I was way better than my daughter was. And the little thing she put me through, I was ready to hit the roof. So I'm like, I don't know why y'all didn't give me away. Because how the fuck y'all didn't give me away? Because I was I would have gave up. I'd have signed my rights over quick. Like, where's the court? Where is the court?
I threatened to emancipate my mama one time. I don't know why she didn't just take me up on that offer. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh. So throughout your career, or even just upbringing, period, have you had anybody teach you financial literacy?
My dad. Like my dad would make it so hard for me to get money from him that I didn't even want to ask. Like, and then he would always tell me this how excuse me, he would always say, this is how hard it is for you to get money from the bank. My dad was crazy, but he left me a lot though. But he would just sit up, and I swear to God, it could be, I'd be like, I'm only gonna ask for like 20 or 30 bucks because I don't want no long speech. Please, those are the longer speeches. Cause it's like, why don't you have 20 or 30 bucks? Why do you need 20 or 30 bucks? And it's like, damn, Daddy, you want me to explain what I'm gonna do with 20 or 30 bucks? It's only one thing. I can either eat or put gas in a car. Why are we about to have this long conversation? I'm hungry. Why are you hungry? Why? Then he would make me go all the way back to, I had a baby. I didn't do what I was supposed to do for the $30. And if I would have listened to you, Daddy, I would have had more than $30 in my account. And I need to start listening to you more. Then I would get the $30. Ain't nobody finna go through all of that, goddamn. I got shit to do. Like, it'd be 4 hours for the $30. Okay, god damn. So I just had to learn. Like, it made me not want to go over there, and I think that was his goal. Like, his goal was like to make me so I would go anywhere but over there. Like, anywhere. Shit, I'm not going over there. Lord, just I can't, because this nigga. But he taught me a lot. But he said that he was like, as a Black person, that's how hard it is. That's gonna be how hard it is for you to get a loan from the bank. He said that.
Not lying.
Yeah, yeah. He a G. So
that was a cold lesson, though. I need to start implementing that.
So yeah, my dad was crazy.
And actually, just to stay on that a little bit, kudos to your father and to you for having that, because half of us don't have half the parents in the household. Half of that don't know financial literacy from left to right. So it's like, for you to have your father there and to be able to teach you a thing or two about money, like, amen. Because I mean, that's something that I strive to try to teach my daughters is, the importance of not just money, but building credit. Credit is reputation, things of that nature. So like, kudos to your father. I mean, may he rest in heaven. That's something that it's not spoken enough about within the Black community. It is, the game that we actually pass down to our children. I mean, great that, we have we're now in like an influx of Black fathers being in the picture, but that's just in the picture. Now it's actually time to teach our children something.
Yeah.
So it's good that you got that.
That's dope. And I'm glad that another thing that it's important to teach your girls is to spot love. You know what I mean? Because once a woman, and you do that through how you interact with them. You know what I'm saying? Because when a man loves you, he's going to do these certain things. He's going to make sure you're okay. And you're going to see that. It's going to be a feeling of comfort, like how you feel when you're with me, when you know, Daddy, like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you need to teach them the difference between love and, because boys, I don't think boys mean to break girls' hearts, because I've raised boys, I have nephews and stuff like that. Like, they don't take anything seriously until they get older. So even dealing with girls, it's a game. It's a game. It's a game from the beginning until they really start tapping into their emotions, and that takes a while. And not only that, boys always associate getting better with practice, because their whole life to get better, they've been practicing. So I had to tell my daughter, don't let these niggas practice on you. They are practicing to get better. They're not just gonna stay with you and do it one time. They want to know how to do it. This is how boys are. They want to be good at it. Like football, baseball, track, all that shit. They're gonna practice. They want to know with the short girls, you got to do it like this. With the tall girls, you got to do it like this. They want to be well versed in the situation. There are many girls out here, and in the beginning, they are practicing, okay? Okay, all that, and they're practicing that they like you too. All that bullshit. They are practicing. And I had to tell my daughter that, like, girl, don't take these boys seriously. They are practicing. They don't know what love is. They just have a girl because they homeboy have a girl, and everybody got girls now. And now like they are not taking it as serious as y'all. You know, girls be all in, like, we're gonna get married. My daughter be telling me if I heard her boyfriend, like, we're gonna get married. Watch. I'm like, girl, sit your ass down. Like, sit your ass down. That's so cute that you think that. This boy's not even thinking about marrying you. That's hilarious. And I just see why we are crazy.
Wow, no, I've never heard anybody break it down like that, and that is absolutely true. It's like practice throughout childhood. It's like, and just like you were saying, it's like, okay, the homie's got a girl, so I need to go get a girl. Oh, you know, I need to go do this. It's crazy. I ain't never heard it put like that.
Now, when you a mom, you know, when you raising kids, you see that shit. Like, I used to pick my nephew up, and all the girls would be like, bye, Jordan, bye, Jordan, bye, Jordan. He'd be like, we going to Taco Bell? He wouldn't even be paying attention to them hoes. Like, he want to know we're going to Taco Bell. He want a Nacho Bell Grande.
He got his priorities right. Now, what is your personal idea of success? Everybody has their own ideas, whether it's money or things of that nature, but what is your idea of success?
Freedom. As long as I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, I feel successful. Like, you'll see a big old smile on my face as long as I ain't got to punch a clock. I don't care if I never get a movie. You gonna see Kamira smiling as long as she ain't got to punch a clock. As long as I don't have to work for the man. As long as I'm working for myself, I feel like I'm successful. If I can take care of myself doing shows here and there, I don't care about the fame, none of that. I want to live my best life doing what I love to do and be able to take care of myself and my family. You know what I'm saying? And right now it's working for me. And I just pray that it continues to work for me. That is my level of success. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I don't have to be somewhere talking about, may I help you at 5 a.m, because I will bust a nutty. Okay. Like, I wish that for everybody on every level. It might not be comedy. Work for yourself, and then help other Black people achieve their goals. Like, we filmed our podcast when we went on tour. One of the guys said that was the first time he had ever flew. And I felt so good that I was a Black girl and I put this nigga on a plane, and it was the first time he ever flew. And it's kind of like, even though on a low level, it's like I'm a comedian and I'm just paying these niggas or whatever, but it was like, no, like, I'm a Black person doing, yeah, like, you know, I might not have the whole company logo down or whatever, but I'm a person that's working, and I employ him, and this is his first time being on the airplane, and we all Black, and this is an all Black production, and I felt like a boss. I felt like Issa for like 5 minutes. I was like, I'm on my Issa shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just, it just really felt good to do that, you know, to hear him say that. And I put that nigga on Delta. What?
We ain't doing spirit. But I mean, that you should definitely applaud yourself for that. I personally have a problem with celebrating the small wins, but I notice it a lot with other people. So I don't feel like I'm alone in this. But at the same time, it's like, we have to stop and smell the roses sometimes. Give yourself that applaud, because I mean, just like you were saying, like, this is all Black run and owned, and you made this happen. It gives you a glimpse of the future of what could be. And so it's, you know, if I just keep my head down and focus and keep doing what I'm doing, it's gonna happen. So I mean, it's much needed and in a way therapeutic to just stop and smell the roses sometimes. So I mean, I got to remind myself of that all the time.
Yeah, for real. That is true. I try to do that when I'm on vacation or anywhere else. You know, like sometimes when you're on vacation, you say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you get in that hotel bed and you be like, oh, I ain't getting up. Because, you know, but it's like, girl, you ain't gonna see this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But you be so tired, or, you know, just anything. Like, even, you know, I've experienced a lot of loss lately. So it's like, I be really making myself like, don't waste these days, don't waste these hours, don't waste these minutes, get up and do it. You could do everything, you know what I'm saying? You could do it all. Just take your B12, bitch, pray, go on and do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's you can't take nothing for granted, and you do have to appreciate everything, even the small wins. But yeah, that was dope for me, and that made me feel good. And I was like, maybe if I really blow up and be on some more level, he could be like, she gave me my first plane ride or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, or it's just, it did feel good. It felt good. So that was dope. But that tour was, woo, that whooped our ass, that tour. We're gonna do some more days. We need a break.
Actually, speaking of the tour, I don't know how long ago you guys had it planned, but it seems like, and I'm gonna put it in the universe, but it seems like Precious spoke that tour into existence, because I did my podcast with her, and she was explaining how, you know, she was like, oh, me and Kamira, you know, we want to go overseas, we got to get some things straightened out, you know, but once we get that taken care of, you know, we want to try to go overseas. And then like a month later, not even a month later, I'm seeing the promos for y'all tour, and I'm like, wait a minute, she spoke about this. So like,
and we went overseas. We went to London. Like, yeah,
exactly.
that was crazy, and it was crazy that fans brought gifts to the show and shit. And I'm like, bitch, people know it's in London. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a rapper out here in these streets. I have fans in London.
Have you guys started to try to dabble and figure out exactly where your reach is now?
Well, we need to. We're finna hire some people to work on that, because now we're getting too big to be trying to do all this by ourselves. That's why some stuff is like lacking, and some stuff is our calendar is getting so busy, we cannot be handling our social media and stuff like that. So we're really interviewing people, and it's hard to find good help, especially somebody because we just need you to focus on us. Like only child, okay? We don't want no company that got hella people and all this. I need one person I can call. I don't want to wait on hold. I'm trying to get somebody out of college. Just one person that's for me. We're gonna pay you cool, like just for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is hard to find good help. But that's where we're at right now. It's getting too much for us. We have to really outsource and, you know, make sure that, you know, we really need employees now. That shit is crazy. We need employees, like seriously.
Ain't that a blessing?
Yeah, we on that right now.
That's dope. Which actually leads me into my next question, which is about networking. So what would you say is your key to, or just a tip that you try to use yourself to find the right person for your team?
As far as employees, I just, you know, we'll put ads out and stuff like that and do interviews and stuff like that. But as far as personal, I kind of move spiritually with the personal stuff. Like for instance, my friendship with Teddy, you know, he asked me to take him home one day. I dropped him off. He lived on the street I grew up on my whole life. Like literally, and I just felt like that was God telling me, okay, this is your partner in crime. Precious. When I met Precious, I just thought she was so funny, and I thought she was a hell of a writer, and that bitch, not a lot of bitches make me laugh. Like Precious had me dying, and I was just like, bitch, where did you come from? Like, cause she had just hit LA. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck did you go? Like, where you been all my life? Like, what the fuck? So we started hanging out. And then I found out her birthday is the exact same birthday as my best friend of 25 years. So I was like, okay, this is God telling me this is my homie, right? I mean, on the day and the year, they have to, like, I'll be like, who I'm gonna say happy birthday to? Like, it's who I'm gonna spend a day with. Lord have mercy. Precious be like, go with your best friend, girl, before she killed me. because I came later. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like they are on the same day, on the same hour, they're the same age. It's like they act the same, they create, like, it's just like, and we have been friends since the 9th grade, me and her. So they have the same birthday. So it's just like, that's how I move, you know what I mean? And the poetess, like, we have a relationship with the poetess. I used to listen to her on the radio. So when I met her, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that's the poetess. And that opened us up to relationships with Speedy and Jamie Foxx and different people that were on that side of comedy. And it's been a blessing. Everybody, you know, it's like you wonder why you grew up listening to this person, or even with Hope Flood. When I first saw Hope Flood, I grew up watching Hope Flood on BET's Comic View. When I saw her, I was like, oh shit, it's Hope Flood. Like, you know, and then I'm like, me and her have a relationship. We almost, you know, we're really close. And it's like, damn, I grew up watching her. And then you wonder, why are you drawn to these people growing up? And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, these people are coming back. Like, I loved Corey Holcomb. For me to be on this nigga show is big for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of my favorites. And I'm like, the nigga that was flushing babies down the toilet, and I'm on his show. Like, that shit was, he was like, shh. Like, I was like, oh my God, like this, and I'm on his show. So Earthquake, same thing, you know, Earthquake. I'm like, what the fuck? So, you know, but then it lets me know that I'm here for a reason. It lets me know that, like, look at, it's a lot of comedians that's been in the game a long time and haven't had the ability to rub elbows with these giants. You know what I'm saying? In comedy, and they love me and I love them. And it's a beautiful thing to, you know, get respected by people you already respected. You know what I mean? Like, before you even thought about being a comedian, like when you was just a fan. So it's humbling, and it's amazing. I'm having the best time of my life, like, straight up. Like,
it sounds like it's a sign from God. It's like, yeah, you are in the right place.
Yeah.
That's dope. Now, what is one thing you wish you knew in the beginning, that you knew in the I'm sorry. What's one thing that you know now that you wish you knew in the beginning of your career?
How to get that money. Because when you become a comedian, the first thing you want to make sure is that you're funny. You're so focused on the funny that you're not thinking about the money. You know what I'm saying? Now you out here and you in your truth, you good. And now niggas ain't giving you no money because you ain't been about your money. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta let niggas know, I'm about that money now. I'm on that level where I'm about that money now. Sorry, I can't do your, you know, little 20-30 room Inglewood function, whatever the case may be. I love y'all, but this shit is for real. I got TV credits, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I got a podcast in the top 200 in Apple. Nigga, don't, like, it's the, like, you got to, like, come on. Like, unless I volunteer, like, don't. So
that's very important.
A transition.
That is very important. I think that's one thing, honestly, that is very overlooked by a lot of people in the entertainment industry. It's really how to get the money. I mean, we all want to be talented. We all want to be the best at that. But, you know, how do you actually create the money? So that was pretty interesting. What would you say is the formula to you getting that money? Was it you just straight up asking for it? Like, yo, I need to get paid? Like, how did that happen?
I think you need to set goals for yourself. You know when you good. You know when people are calling and calling and calling. And you know when it's about that time, you know, because everybody has to, I don't want to say work for free, but everybody has to crawl before they walk. Everybody got to take shows and do things. And you know what I'm saying? Like, even P. Diddy, remember before he was Diddy, he had to work for free for them niggas and you know, at the record company. But once that nigga signed, you know what I'm saying, Craig Mack, he knew, nigga, you gonna pay me. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's just like, you know when it's time for you to start getting paid. And what I would suggest you do is hurry up and incorporate yourself and get with some people that marketing people, you know, social media is big. You can get paid off that. Know the avenues that can get you paid first.
Mm.
Okay, so know the avenues that can get you paid first, which is social media, YouTube, different things like that. Figure out how you're going to utilize them. Figure out how to monetize them. Get somebody to help you. Start a company, so you can be protected. Because we say a lot of shit, and you don't want to get sued individually. You want your company to get sued. Amen. Because that's your, that's what I'm working on. This company. So sue this company. So you know what I'm saying? So it's different ways that you and bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Like, it's so crazy that we go buy products. We go buy the new TVs that came out and the new iPhones, and we betting on everybody else's product, but not ourselves, our own product. Bet on yourself. Go buy, pay into yourself like a new iPhone. Pay into yourself like, you know what I'm saying? Like you would pay into, get excited about yourself. Like, shit, my shit finna drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I would suggest.
Do you remember your what I like to call your never turn back moment? That moment where it's like, okay, fuck everything else, I'm doing this.
When we were working for All Deaf, and Russell Simmons owned the company, and he threw us a party at One Oak. And I mean, you can imagine a Russell Simmons party. I bumped into Rihanna on an accident. Didn't even. I was like,
oh wait, physically bumped into her?
Yeah, like I was on a list that Rihanna was on. I was on a list. I don't know how close our names was. I didn't see on the list. Now, usually you go to these parties in Hollywood and bitch, don't even stand in line. Don't even stand in line, because that's just not, like, they will pick over you. Who are you? LA is some list shit. You ain't on the list, you ain't getting in. So we was on the list, and he threw us a party because we had hit 1 million subscribers. Now All Deaf got 5 million. So we had hit 1 million subscribers, and the motherfuckers that was in that party, I was like, I don't want to party with everybody else no more.
It's new standards.
I don't want to party with y'all no more. I'm trying to stay in this A-list crowd. I'm not trying to. Where's the next party? Can my name be on the next list? Because I acted right, okay? I bumped into Rihanna a little bit, but she didn't fall. Look, like, it was just like, for real. So yeah, that was my never turn back moment.
Now, I mean, I would love to just chat your head off all day, but I understand you got to get ready for your show, so I don't want to keep you too long. So my final question I ask all of my guests is, would I be able to use you as a personal contact for any business advice that I may have in the future?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely.
I thank you so much for coming along. This has been a blast. I swear I want to keep this conversation going, but you gotta go. So, but
we'll do it again. We'll do it again soon.
Well, hopefully I'll get my ass down to LA one time with you and Precious, and then we could just have a in-person talk,
Yes, definitely.
I had you both on the show, so now I gotta meet you in person. Like, that's how it goes.
All right, for sure.
All right, so good luck on your show tonight. I know you're gonna kill it. I mean, you just got that type of swag to where it's like, it's whatever. So I know you're gonna kill that shit. And enjoy the rest of the night. Be safe out there, all right?
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.